right. Where I am now, better than before. Through those open doors, where I am now, where I am now, in a special place, a better walking place, where I am now. It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, where I am now. And if you'd like to see us live in WGPL 1350 studio, WMVA 88.9 FM studio, all you have to do is go to Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton's Facebook page, and guess what? You can see us live right here in the studio. And if you want to hear us all over the world, all you have to do is go to 1350am.com, click and listen live. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. E. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
TGIF, thank God it's Friday.
It's a wonderful Friday. We want to welcome our viewers, listeners, WGPL 1350, WPCE 1400. We have on the line Facebook Live, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. We want you to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We promise we'll shout you out.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Go to the newest channel that's on YouTube. It's FYI Radio Show host Yolanda Hinton. You can also go to Crystal Records 1, CRISTO Records 1. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we promise on this Fun for Friday, we'll shout you out.
Shout out.
Ooh, Mr. E, are you ready for the weekend?
Yes, I'm ready for the weekend. I just got paid, got money in my pocket. Feel like I want a pair of brand new shoes. Yeah.
I tell you, that sounds really good. Good morning, Sheila Robbins. Good to see you. All you all that are up here, please say something in the chat. We want to shout you out. Oh, my goodness, it's Fun Friday. And guess what we have?
That's right.
Guess what we have?
The current job listing.
That's what we have. Yeah. Are you ready?
I am ready for the current job listing. And if you need a job, a job, I want to let somebody know also there's a lot of people who claim, Ms. Hinton, that they can't get a job because they are a felon. Well, I want to serve notice on you today that you can get a job. There are a lot of people that are hiring, and all you got to do is get off your duff.
You're tough.
And go on out there and get your job. Lowe's is hiring. They got special programs. Home Depot is hiring. Harrington, Federal Express, Norfolk International Airport. Amazon are hiring for those who say they can't get a job because of incarceration. But let me tell you, because you're convinced feeling you can get a job. Just want to let you know that the Children's Center is looking for a pre-K teacher, a service coordinator, a center-based coordinator, and the Hope House of Williamsburg is looking for a director of development.
Absolutely. Hampton Roads Community Action Program, HRCAP, they need an early childhood assistant. We also have the Civic Leadership Institute. This job closes 4/4. Civic Scholars Program Director is needed.
And the Girl Scouts of the Colonial Coast is looking for a recruitment specialist. And the City of Suffolk, it closes March the 29th, looking for a Suffolk Art Gallery, a recreational leader.
All right, we have Dolphin Scholarship Foundation looking for an executive assistant, Virginia Living Museum, exhibits coordinator, and an advancement coordinator.
The City of Suffolk Public Library, that closed April the 4th, is looking for a library service coordinator. And for kids, is looking for an intake specialist, a prevention and diversive specialist, a maintenance technique one, a housing stabilization specialist, and a development coordinator. That's at the St. Luke Historical Church and Museum.
All right, Chesapeake Public Library. They have these jobs closed 325, so they may be closed, but you all can check on them. Library assistant. They need youth and family services at the Central Library. Library assistant at one of them at the Greenbrier Library. You have a library assistant, public service, Dr. Clarence V. Cuffey, outreach and innovation library.
I was just there.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, those jobs are needed at the library.
A long-term care ombudsman.
At the Bay Aging, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is that Bay? Yeah, at the Bay
Uh-huh.
Aging. Yeah. And a long-term care ombudsman. What is that?
I can't think.
A
Let's go.
They're looking for a
Ombudsman.
community chaplain, and they're looking for an assistant director at the Housing Choice Voucher Program.
Okay, we have Veterans Direct Care. They need options counselor. Also, what's going on? BDC, fiscal assistant taxes, assistant enrollment at BDC, and QA manager, options counselor at BDC, fleet manager, fiscal assistant, and a finance manager transit.
Egerton has a $25 an hour
Ooh.
maintenance technician at
Okay.
Egerton. That's on Military Highway. And Norfolk Botanical Garden. A lot of folks may not never know that Norfolk Botanical Garden does do the hiring out there. Easy jobs, they say. A guide, a garden guide, a gift shop sales associate, a holocaustic one, a housekeeping technician, parking crew, that's spring edition, a youth educator, number 2, and the Norfolk Public Library looking for a school outreach presenter and facilitator.
All right, we have a Catholic Charities of Eastern Virginia adoption specialist, case manager. We have Girl Scouts of the Colonial Coast. They need a summer camp position that needs to be filled. Also, Heritage Museum and Gardens, they need a marketing manager.
And Waitland, wow. Waitland Watch is looking for a Capture the King, Catch the King coordinator. Shotway Credit Union, this is the first time for that. $18 to 24 hours. They're looking for a foundational support specialist.
Very good. United Way of Southampton Roads, they need a major gifts officer. You have Encircle. They need a bilingual clinician for long-term foster care. That's in Newport News. Lead clinician, LCSW-LPG in Newport News. Clinician-Children's Services in Richmond, Virginia. And then you have the development coordinator, Serve the City.
Heritage Humane Society is looking for a humane educator and event coordinator. Also a customer care coordinator.
Okay, that's the Humane Society.
Yeah.
Also, we have Christian Broadcasting Network. This
Yeah.
is a full-time and part-time job, remote contact center representative. Also, you have a bilingual remote contact center representative, full part-time. And at HRCAP, Director of Development needed, as well as a senior accountant.
Well, a lot of jobs, so you can't say that there's no job when we just read off about 25 jobs.
I tell you what, you can go online, go to our Facebook page, Yolanda Hinton, Edward Everett. You also have FYI radio show up there on Facebook. You have LinkedIn. Go and get those jobs. Mr. E, I have a new agency sending us jobs and opportunity. I will be posting those from now on as well. A lot of great jobs and a lot of great opportunities. And we'll have those posted for you on the next go round.
So go get your job. Get a job. It's just April. Going into the month of April, 3 months in the year, 4 months going into the year. And listen, you still can get a job for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Oh, that could be good. I tell you what, people are losing jobs. I can't wait to see what the jobs numbers are in this month. And but there are jobs out here. You know, when you lose one, you just got to get back out there get another one as soon as possible.
That's right. Just don't get stuck on one thing. Be able to be versatile. What this don't work, go and do this one.
Survive.
Be a jack of all trades.
Absolutely. So listen, this is FYI's Fun Friday. What's in your closet? We're talking about Women's History Month tribute, Mr. E. I wanted to highlight a lady that I heard about just recently. She's designer Ann Lowe. And Mr. E, I found this so intriguing because she, like others, are hidden figures. You don't know that they were out there doing great work until somebody mentioned it. Sometimes in history, especially with African-American people, African-American women, those things are hidden on purpose. Opportunities are blocked and they're hidden so you won't see and give credit. But God always have a way of letting your gift make room for you. And though she was born, Mr. E, what year?
She was born around about 1898.
Absolutely.
And she was born and her name was Ann Lowe, was born in Clayton, Alabama around 1898 and reared in Montgomery. Her mother, Jerry Cole Lowe, and her grandparents, George Tompkins, were skilled dressmakers who sold for wealthy white families in the state. And they taught Lowe how to sew as early as at the age of 5. By the time Lowe was 6, she had developed a fondness for using scrap of material to make small decorative flowers patterns after flowers she saw in the family garden. This childhood pastime would later become the signature feature on many of her dresses and gowns. By the age of 10, she made her own dress pattern.
Absolutely. I tell you what, she's associated with a wedding gown that was made for the late Jacqueline Kennedy and others. I mean, she has, wherein she was hidden away because she was Black. She wasn't able to get out there and ring loud her gifts. But like we said, her gift made room for her. And undercover.
That's right.
Undercover, she was afforded opportunities like the gowns for Jacqueline Kennedy and others.
That's right. And that's one of the marvelous things in the world. Hidden figures, like you said, hidden figures, hidden behind the door. Nobody knows who you are, because it's good to play. She was in the background. And because she was in the background, her gift made room. Now it presented her to come out front, and be seen. In 1916, a chance encounter in a department store with influenced Tampa socialite Josephine Edward Lee changed Laura's life. Miss Lee observed that Laura's outfit was fashionable and acceptably well made. Laura informed her that she made the assembly which prompted Lee to invite Laura to Florida as a live-in dressmaker. Yeah.
to make a bridal gown and trousseau for her twin daughters. After discussing the offer with her husband, who wanted her to remain a housewife, Lo accepted the offer and moved with her son
After
to
she
the
talked to her
husband. He was like, anyway, she packed her bags and her son's
That's
bag.
right.
And she accepted the offer and moved with her son to the Lee family estate at Lake Ontosasa
Tampa, yeah.
in Tampa. She later described the opportunity as a chance to make all the lovely gowns I'd always dreamed of. In Tampa, she developed a list of loyal clients and supporters. While reading a magazine, fashion magazine, Lo was eager to enhance her skills, learned about the S.T. Taylor School of Design in New York City. With Miss Lee's encouragement, she applied for admission and was accepted.
That's right. And in April 1917, Laura left Tampa for New York when she arrived at the S.T.A. Taylor School of Design. She was shunned by the school director because of her race.
Yes.
He allowed her to attend the school, but segregated her in another classroom because her classmate refused to be in the same space with an African American. Isn't that something?
You know what? That really, really gets something that triggers me when I hear that, because with all this talent,
that's right.
And, you're going to take and push aside talent because you don't like the way I look.
Well, that's what happened to a lot of the makers, the gift makers, the inventions that we see today. Who would ever thought that they would push a lawn chair maker into the background? Who would ever think they would take a gown maker and separated her from being in the same classrooms as other? All they're really doing is sewing, but she had such a great talent.
Absolutely.
She had such a great talent that causes her. She stepped up the ladder and she had a great signature too.
They said the sad irony was that Lo's design abilities were far superior to her classmates, and her creations was used as a model of exceptional work for other students. Due to Lo's advanced skill and ability, she successfully completed the program in half the required time, though accounts differ on the program length. Lo worked briefly in New York before returning to Tampa. According to Powell, there were more gratuities about what she did during this period. In 1966, the Oakland Tribune quoted Lo as saying she worked as a finisher in a Manhattan dress shop for several months. A magazine article in the same year reported that she made an unsuccessful attempt to establish a dress shop in New York after finishing design school.
Wow.
She returned to Tampa at a time when there were growing demands for ball gowns and other formal attire, cotillion wear as well. To respond to those needs, she hired and trained 18 seamstresses and opened her own shop, the Anne Cone Boutique.
Around 1920, Lo married Cable West, her second and the last husband marriage, a hotel bellhopper. Wow. And a day laborer. West and Laura was officially married until 1942, although initially supportive of her work, agreed to establish her shop and their home at the 1514 Jefferson Street in Tampa and moved to New York with her in 1928. The difficulties with being a successful dressmaker eventually took toll on their marriage.
Well, I tell you what, she began to continue to create beautiful gowns. She aspired to establish her own salon in New York, where she could make beautiful custom gowns for women listed on the social register. She left Tampa to pursue that dream. She also had $20,000 in seed money, an impressive amount of money for that time. During various interviews, she implied that the money was either from personal saving, the Lees and Lees and few of their friends, or a loan from Alpha Phi Alpha Inc., an African-American fraternity. It was quite possible that her savings were a combination of all those sources.
What a wonderful lady. What a wonderful lady that was. So some of you who goes out here and purchase a gown you might be wearing, Miss Lowe design.
Absolutely. She in 1928, Low closed the Ann Cone boutique and permanently moved to New York, where she continued to design for elite women and their families. Over the course of her life, she operated several shops in New York, including Ann Low Inc. And it went on and on and on. She was able to shine, and she was able to showcase the things that she's done, even though she was a hidden figure. She took pride, and she loved the fact that she could work alone.
That's right.
You may put her to the side to work, but she was glad. She said she could make anything she wanted to make.
That's right. And then they use her designs as teaching how it's supposed to be done, and the stitches. Thank God for a great foundation that her mother and her father gave to her, and grandmother, that she'd be able to sew for the rich and the richest.
Absolutely.
Such people like Jacqueline Kennedy.
Absolutely.
The wedding dress that she sewed was one of the fabulous, one of the beautiful wedding dress there was out there. I want to know how much it costs right about now.
I don't know, but she said there were times when she invested. She told a story, and it's on YouTube if you want to go ahead and Google Ann Low. She talks about the time when she had made the dresses, and she made the bridesmaids' dresses, but it was in a place where all of a sudden there was a flood, and it ruined every single dress. She said she had to do something quick. She went and she got the ladies, her seamstresses, and she worked, she said, 24 hours around the clock to get those gowns remade. Well, she met the deadline. And she said it cost her, though. She went in a hole, $2,000 to recreate the beautiful gown and to do the bridesmaid's gown. She said she went to court to try to fight, for the money that she had invested as a result of this accident in this warehouse. But she didn't ever get a chance to get that. She didn't recoup it, Mr. E. But she went ahead and did this gown. If you all Google it, it is absolutely beautiful. Her work is absolutely stunning. And she is just, she just lived her life, in excellence when it came to her skills and her artistry.
Miss Hinton, when we started looking at Ann Lowe's, she's also got product in the National Museum of African American History. She's got all those gowns that she put together for, down the line, assisted by Alex Dixon. Just a host of great gown makers for great people.
She had a dream of being a seamstress and a designer for the elite. And she fulfilled that goal, Mr. E.
That's right. And when you fulfill your goal, you know that what direction you want to go, walk in it. Don't let nobody get in your way of you fulfilling the goal that was given unto thee.
Absolutely. And we just mentioned Jackie Kennedy, and the fact that was one. She was the first lady of the United States. Her husband was John F. Kennedy. And the gown, again, was beautiful, flawless. And we're going to just talk a minute or two on Jacqueline. She was born in July 28, 1929. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
In Southampton, New York, to parents John and Janet Bouvier. And she and her sisters, Caroline, grew up in Manhattan. She enrolled in Vassar University in 1947 and studied abroad in Paris,
France. Wow.
Before transferring to George Washington University, where she earned a degree in French literature.
And in 1952, she met up with the coming Congressman John F. Kennedy. And the couple married on September the 12th, 1953. They divided their time between Washington, D.C. and Hanersport, Massachusetts, while raising their children, Caroline and John F. Kennedy Jr. And in 1950, Jack and support John F. Kennedy political aspirations, which circumvented in his election to the presidency in 1960.
Oh, wow. In January 1961, the Kennedys moved into the White House.
That's right.
Despite her short time there, Jacqueline Kennedy made a profound impact on the home and the role of First Lady. She immediately set her sights on preserving the historic integrity of the White House. In 1961, she created the Fine Arts Committee for the White House, made up of specialists in the field, and hired Lorraine Waxman at the first curator of the White House. That same year, the First Lady was established. She established the White House Historical Association, a private nonprofit organization to assist with acquisition and preservation efforts. Kennedy spearheaded efforts to make the White House a museum protected by Congress and renovated many rooms. She expanded the White House collection, searching for historic pieces for past administrations, and published the first White House guide.
So our hat goes off to all these great women. I mean, women, I got to give it to you. So we'll salute you today and the rest of this week and the rest of the years to come for being such great women.
Mr. E, I want to kind of look to do the same tribute for a young lady down the line that I think is going to make history, and that is Gayle King. She is going to space. She says the sky is no longer the limit. CBS revealed on a few weeks ago, that the co-host will board Blue Origin's next flight in the boundary of space in April. She's going next month.
Go ahead on, Gayle.
You know, a lot of people, I've noticed Mr. E on social media saying, Gayle, don't go. You know, especially a lot of African Americans, they're a little spooked.
Yeah.
They don't want Gayle to go up high.
You know, because is she traveling on what you call airplane?
I don't think so.
You know, because he shot off an airplane to go to space that didn't go nowhere.
I know it twice. King will step out of her comfort zone and into space, a spacesuit alongside pop superstar Katy Perry, journalist and philanthropist Lauren Sanchez, former NASA rocket scientist Aisha Bowe, civil rights activist Amanda Nugent, and film producer Caroline Flynn for the 11th human flight of Blue Origin's new Shepard program.
All women are going up to space.
But listen, this is where it makes history. It said it will be the first all-female flight crew recorded since Soviet cosmonaut Valentina.
So what is your intake on that?
Oh my goodness, I'm a little nervous. And I'm going to tell you why I got nervous. Because Gayle, when she announced, it was so frightened. I mean, so scary. Physically, she was just shaking and saying, I don't know. So that made me nervous. It's like, Gayle, you know, I could see if you were really ready, you know, gung-ho, but she's scared to death.
Well, I mean, Gayle is trying to make that name. Oprah is a big time name. So Gayle said, now if I go to space, I can take over the Oprah's
That's right. She'll be making history.
That's right.
And it's marvelous.
I want to say good morning to Miss Crystal Hinton along with Miss Sheila Robin. Thank you all so much, and the rest of you, for tuning in to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show.
So we have enjoyed Women's History Month. We have one more day on Monday. We'll mention History Month, and we'll highlight probably women in sports again. And we're just really proud of what women have accomplished throughout the years, throughout the centuries. We're still moving and shaking. And we are so proud of what we have done and what we have contributed to this world.
Just in case folks would like to go by and buy Miss Lowe's dresses, they are for sale in New York in the Vogue magazine at jchallenging.org. And why?
Absolutely. So look, make sure you all continue to celebrate women, celebrate us. Women celebrate each other, and just know that we are valuable no matter what we do and no matter what level we're on. You know, people like to put folk in level, middle, low, or whatever. You are a woman, you're beautiful, and God made you to be just that. Oh, wow. So, Mr. E, we got some upcoming shows. Look, our sports talk and
That's
stuff
right.
is coming up on Monday.
Let me tell you, Miss Hinton, a lot of things are changing in the sports. I think we need to talk a little bit on Monday about the scores of the NCAA, and also about the trades that's going on in football.
Absolutely. So we'll do that. We'll continue again with Women in History. Dr. Tanya Pass will be here, and we are just excited about that. So look, and we'll talk about immigration and deportation.
That's right.
So look, join us back here on Monday. We'll see you here for Sports Talk. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Abbott, the co-host. For more information, if you'd like to be a sponsor or intern, or all you have to do is give us a call at 757-714-7861. Or you can email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com. Or you can inbox us at Edward Everett Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page, or FYI Facebook page. Don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 on WPCE 1400 Peace 95.3 FM, WGPL 1350, WMVA 88.9 FM, and on all social media platforms. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. Our special guest, our host, and we mark it today, Miss Ann Lauren, one of the African Lowe, Miss Ann Lowe, and she's one of the greatest designers in the whole wide world. Until Monday, bye now.
Wow, we have so many hidden figures in our race, African American, and we highlighted designer Ann Lowe. Check her out, but check out those gowns, absolutely fabulous. Check out her style. She had a real nice, clever style as well, and was very confident in what God had given her for us.
When I saw her style, when I saw her style, it was more floral than anything. She said early in her history that she would like to make all the designs of the flowers that she saw out there in the yard.
She had beautiful things. And like you said, they're still available. Her name is still out there. Even though she's gone, her work is ahead of her, is still going before her. And like I was saying earlier, even though people tried to hide her gifts and talent, it still rings on. And I love that about God. Your gift will continue to make room for you. You make history. People will still be talking about you long after you are gone. That's how great your gift is. So we want to thank you all for tuning in today on Fun Friday. Again, we have our upcoming shows on immigration and deportation. FYI After Dark. We're looking for men and women, male and female, to do a face-off activity. And just inbox me and say, hey, give me more information. I'll give you more information on our social media feed to say, hey, I'd like to be a part of the audience and on that panel to see exactly how we are different, how we are alike, how we do things, and how we challenge one another. Also, we have Dr. Tanya Pass, community information coming from her. She's at a historical Black church in Portsmouth, Virginia. We'll be checking on her. Please follow us on social media and make sure you visit our sponsors at Bulvic Academy, BULVIC.com, BulvicAcademy.com, and Beard Gods, BeardGodz.com. You can also be a special guest, intern, or sponsor with FYI. Let us know if you're interested. Mr. E has information on how you can contact us.
And if you'd like to be a special guest or sponsor or intern, or if you'd like to be in our audience, where all you have to do is email us, and we'll email you back at FYI Radio Show live at gmail.com, or you can give us a call at 757-714-7861. Again, that email is FYI Radio Show live at gmail.com, or you can call us 757-714-7861, or you can inbox us at Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page, or FYI Facebook page, and let us know that you would like to be a special guest, a sponsor, intern on the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world.
Now, look, don't forget to look at the games this evening and for the weekend, because we're coming back on Monday with Sports Talk now, and then we'll be on for FYI After Dark. We want to say good morning again to Sheila Robbins. We have Steven STEVENK_78 join us on Instagram. Mr. E has a host of folk over there on his page. We just want to say thank you. Thank you for your support, and we want you to have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
But just in case some of you that was running for Duke, Duke won last night, beat Arizona. So
clap,
Duke
clap.
Won 100-93, and it's going down. Yale lost also last night. So get ready for the Final Four. Don't forget, get your brackets together.
Yes.
Email us your brackets. That's FYI Radio Show live at gmail.com. Email us your bracket and let us know who you think going to win the Final Four. And guess what? We'll make sure we put you out there on our live. Okay?
All right. These shows are going to be fire. Make sure you join us on Monday for Monday Sports Talk. Have a wonderful weekend.
2 up, 2 down.